Hey everyone, welcome back to the rise and fall of Terra Luna. What's gonna happen with Terra Luna Classic? Be sure to smash that like button. A lot of people still don't realize how exactly did Terra crash, what happened, and why did it drop to zero? What was going on? So be sure to smash that like and I'll guys explain it to you. If you guys want more content like this. Until next time, peace everyone.
With some people making it big overnight whilst others lose their shirt. This last week was no different as the markets crumbled, with Bitcoin, Ethereum and Coinbase all down big. Even Binance had to suspend trading. Bitcoin fell to $27,000, losing 8% in 24 hours, and Coinbase, the crypto exchange, fell 25% on earnings as shockwaves were sent through the cryptosphere. This sell-off was triggered by the stablecoin.
Okay guys, I want to explain some things here. Great video, by the way. But Binance did not stop because of the bear market. It stopped because it had Bitcoin clogged up. And they reiterated it also. Coinbase is crashing because it's so connected to the crypto market. Whenever the market goes down, also Coinbase will go down because all of their portfolio is, of course, going down. So, and they have less activity. And that's completely normal, right? But what happened with Terra Luna? Like, the market was crashing just a little. People were shorting. But Terra Luna is the one that put, like, the gasoline on it.
5% on earnings as shockwaves were sent through the cryptosphere. This sell-off was triggered by the stablecoin Terra USD, known as UST in the market, which lost its peg to the US dollar and wiped out the support of its non-stable coin partner, Luna, which dropped 99%, losing billions of dollars in just a few.
Now it didn't even drop 99%, it dropped 100%.
Days. As of Wednesday, the price was $6.75, but by Thursday afternoon, the price was just 2 cents. Like any
guys, if Terra Luna was 2 cents right now, so many people would be buying it, but it used to be $86. And yeah, it completely crashed overnight. We were just checking, and it was just losing value. And every single time I thought it wouldn't get lower, it got lower. But this doesn't mean that this will happen for Terra Luna Classic. Right now, yes, it's inflammatory, but once it gets deflammatory, that's when I truly believe in the token.
Market crash, people were clambering for the exits as the price tumbled, with around $200 billion wiped off the total value of all crypto. But the principal concern is that this happened to a stablecoin, which is supposed to be pegged to real-world currencies, acting as a safe haven for crypto investors. But as KSI found out the hard way, it wasn't such a safe investment, with the well-known YouTuber losing almost $3 million in the space of a few months. So sit back as we explain what is Terra Luna.
So yeah, KSI obviously recovered from this, I'm guessing, but he got 3 million. He lost 3 million from Terra Luna. 3 million. He bought it for 3 million, and he just didn't get it back, sadly. But I wish best for KSI though.
Luna and how Terra Luna was wiped out. Here's how it happened. First off, what is Terra Luna? Well, Terra is a stablecoin whose price is linked to the dollar by algorithms and game theory. Some call this Ponzi-nomics, as its value was supposed to stay steady, offering some safety in the wild west of crypto. But given UST was an algorithmic stablecoin which uses a series of smart contracts to keep the price at $1, it didn't have billions of dollars of cash or other assets in reserve. Luna, on the other hand, is Terra's satellite asset. It has always been possible to exchange one for the other and vice versa, with Terra trading in line with the value of $1.
So that's a really good explanation. Basically, you could trade your Luna for the dollar, and you could trade the dollar for Luna. And, you know, in and out, and it would give returns if you use their dollars. That's what's pretty important. But obviously, this goes both ways. It's not like, you know, converting USD to Ethereum not being pegged to, like, you know, the actual dollar or to the actual euro or anything. It didn't have any protection. It was an algorithmic stablecoin.
The other and vice versa, with Terra trading in line with the value of $1 while Luna would fluctuate. In theory, this means that one UST should always be worth $1 as long as Luna has value. How did it fail? Well, there was a major sell-off, with customers trying to withdraw cash which the algorithms couldn't keep up with, meaning the Luna Foundation Guard, a crypto group and its operator, were forced to sell their Bitcoin reserves to try and save the stablecoin, which in turn pushed down the value of BTC and impacted the entire market.
Guys, they had to sell billions. They had to literally sell billions, and it's what caused a huge crash. Imagine just going to a bank and saying, oh, I want to withdraw 1.5 billion from a bank. Of course, it's going to crash the market. And, you know, a lot of people say people predicted it, but I don't think so. I think it was people expected the price to drop because Terra Luna was forced to sell it. And of course, when we saw the charts that day, when we saw the charts in March and May, it was just dropping. It was like just a spike in a drop because so much was sold. Never in the history have I seen so much sold at once. 1.5 billion.
Coins were originally thought up by Do Kwon, a 30-year-old Singaporean and Stanford dropout who launched the coins in 2018. Both Terra and Luna are supposed to act as a balancing mechanism, where one is automatically created or destroyed based on the supply and demand of the other. If UST ever fell below $1, arbitrageurs would buy UST and then buy Luna at a discount, which would prop up the price of UST. If the opposite happened and UST went above $1, people would use their Luna coins to buy UST and resell them on another platform, which would bring the price down. To summarize, when Terra's value drops...
So yeah, really good explanation. It was basically that Luna was kind of, the Quan saying, hey, here's the scale, try to keep this scale up. And a lot of people said, no, we don't want to do that. We want to get off. Usually before they kept the scale, they kept the profit. Every person that had, $200,000 got basically $2,000 of profit because Luna went up and down. But now it's not so easy.
Luna holders are supposed to automatically trade in their coins, which props up the price. A clever system, but one that only worked on paper. Some are blaming the sudden drop because of a large entity who may have dumped billions of UST into the market, which shattered its peg to the dollar. But others are more realistic, suggesting that algorithmic stablecoins were built to fail because they rely so heavily on consistent demand. Both coins were falling so fast that Binance stopped trading momentarily. You might be wondering why so many people were invested in Terra anyway. The demand for the stablecoin was driven because of a savings protocol called Anchor on the Terra blockchain, which promised a 20% annual yield. Holders of Luna...
So yeah, 20% per year is more than any other tokens. Max we get in crypto is like 5%.
...would earn payments similar to dividends when transactions of stablecoin were processed. Holders could also vote on taxation and governance of the Terra stablecoin. The Ponzi-nomics, as we mentioned earlier, were obvious to some, suggesting that expecting a 20% return for nothing means you'll end up with 20% of nothing. Kwon, who wasn't well liked before this crisis, as he had stated in a Reddit forum that he doesn't debate the poor, is now really not a popular guy. He is, however, trying to revive his beloved coin.
Guys, I don't think the Quan crashed the token on purpose. Again, there's two sides of the story, and obviously, nobody expected this crash. All people said, oh, it gave 20%, so it must have been a Ponzi. It must have been an imminent crash. Nobody, guys, predicted this crash. A lot of people were saying it would happen, but they weren't 100% sure. They were saying it's a bubble to burst. And, this is what happens in crypto. No project too big to fail. We saw it Celsius 3-hour capital. But hopefully Terra Luna Classic will recover and stay strong. Anyway, this is a by how it happened video. If you guys want more, be sure to smash that like button. Wanted to give my own thoughts on this one because it's really well animated and made. But they're also right now we see South Korea stepping in. We see a lot of these projects stepping in. If you guys want more content like this, be sure to smash that like. Peace, everyone.